Welcome to a beautiful fall day here in Japan. I'm just down south of the city of Komoro in Nagano Prefecture. This is a beautiful old town. You can just tell by the buildings. And on a day like today, I mean, there are no complaints at all. It's absolutely fabulous. Weather feels so good. Not too hot, not too cold. So I'm just south of Komoro, just on the outside fringe. And here to the left is Komoro Castle, which I already have a video there highlighting the castle. In fact, this is part of the moat here. And it's a wonderful castle ruin. It's extremely surprising. There goes a train. You can just see the beautiful mountains in the background, still with a little bit of color to it. It's just a beautiful day. I always love cycling down here through Komoro because it's really a beautiful old town. I mean, about 500 years ago, this was an extremely powerful town and village, and it has since lost its prestige and power. But you can just see remnants of what it once was. And just lots of old houses, which is what I enjoy cycling through. You know, this is a beautiful part of Nagano. You got a beautiful valley through here. You got Mount Asama on the back. And you've got a forgotten town. You know, this has to be the first bluish green torii gate I've ever seen. They're normally orange and red. So I've reached the valley floor and through here. You can see a huge rock face just right here. And it looks to be made of sandstone. But it really flattens out as we get close to the riverbed. You can see the trees and a little bit of gold. Because as you drop down in altitude, the trees still have their leaves. Up where I live, which is about 1,300 meters, all the trees are bare. Pretty cool. All right. So one of the things I need to do is hike up these steps going to this temple. Now, as I said, this temple is about 1,000 years old. And is extremely important for this area here in Nagano. It's a very beautiful walk, peaceful, and with the leaves, just adds such a beautiful element to it. So I've been walking for about maybe 8 to 10 minutes, just zigzagging up this little cliff. It's hard, but I think I've got close to where I want to be because just behind me is the temple that's built into the side of the rock, and it's so worth the climb, certainly. Towards the temple. And that just over there is the temple, built right into the side of the rock over 1,000 years ago. That's something else. The story about this temple is that a mean old lady about 1,000 years ago was in this region. She didn't believe in God or much of anything else. And the Buddha appeared to her in the form of a cow and pushed her all the way to the temple into Nagano, in which she recanted, repented, and changed her ways. And ever since then, the patron goddess or Bodhisattva of this region is the deity of Kannon. And the concept of a Bodhisattva is really something I find quite phenomenal, as well as quite repetitive, because we see something very similar in the West. And a Bodhisattva is a person that reached enlightenment, but instead of going on to nirvana, decided to stay back and help us poor mortals. And it reminds me a lot of saints in Christianity and Catholicism, in which you have this particular saint in which you pray to, hoping for help for whatever reason. And the same goes here with Japan, and in the Buddhist world, really, with the Bodhisattvas. So very similar. So just walk in this path onto the direction of the rock temple. See, just a lot of beautiful little shrines and things. And then this rock cutout of the passage, and there's no telling how old this is. People were a lot shorter back then. And here we are, the temple itself, built into the side of the mountain here. Phenomenal. And there's the cow. That's the Buddha right there that pushed the mean old woman to the temple. All right, so we got to see a 1,000-year-old temple. We also got to see the place where the Buddha himself transformed into a cow, pushed an evil old woman to Nagano. And I also got to reaffirm the fact of why I wear mountain bike shoes. All those steps, hundreds of steps in the leaves, in the dirt, and yet I'm all right because those mountain bike shoes work. Road shoes don't work, people. Not for the type of cycling I do. Until next time, bikes and castles. Peace.